This Sunday, members of the Buffalo Bills will be taking over Salem Field for the annual Micah Hyde charity softball game.
Gates open at 11:30 Sunday morning. Everyone is encouraged to be in their seats by 12:30, and we are happy to be joined by the former safety, Micah Hyde. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we're just talking about the weather. Unfortunately, that might not be great for you. You are so used to playing in all sorts of weather. This is Buffalo at its best, isn't it? But what are you most excited for this year?
Well, yeah, hopefully the weather, holds on a little bit. It's unexpected. We're coming from San Diego and we're planning a Buffalo event, so we're hoping that, we can kind of bring some sunshine. But I just think the overall game and just the community event, getting everybody together and having fun for a good cause is what, brings us here every single year. Obviously I'm retired now and I'm not on the team, but I wanted to, the vision of this game was always to create this and kind of get Bills Mafia together to support the players. And that way, not just the Magic Youth, but everyone else's foundations can kind of come to life in the community and come from all different angles.
Mikey, you talk about basically having that initial goal of the event turning into what it is today. Talk a little bit about how fast this thing has grown. The community has embraced this to the point of selling out Salem Field in just a few years. You were able to accomplish that. What do you think that says about Bills Mafia and also the quality of this event that you're putting on every year?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit, just because, being in Buffalo for, 8 years, I've firsthand got to experience how they support other guys' charities and, opponents, that guys that we play against, and somebody gets hurt and they, somehow, some way donate $500,000 to these guys. So I'm not surprised the way this thing blew up. And I was a part of this in Green Bay, and that's kind of got my mind spinning on how I kind of could present this to Buffalo, and I knew it was going to take off, and it has. So forever thankful for the support that this community has given my family and I and our foundation, and I want other guys to be able to experience that with their foundations as they come to this team and with nonprofits.
Yeah, this year you did something special. The money usually just goes to your Imagine for Youth Foundation. This year you said any guy who has a foundation will give money to from this event. Do you think that will make some guys who maybe don't have a foundation think maybe I should create one? Or was it just because you wanted to share the wealth?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. Obviously, like I said, I'm retired now, so I'm not in that locker room, but the overall goal was to kind of create a system so where guys can, benefit from this game, and all they got to do is attend. So, I want guys to kind of, sit back and be like, oh, if we attend this game every single year, Bills Mafia is going to, do their part and help donate money to, my foundation. And last year we did that. We handed out $10,000 to guys, and this year it's going to be well more than that, probably three times that. So. We're really excited, and we want this to be able to continue to build and get better and better each and every year, so that, like I said, a lot of guys are, keeping their funds in Western New York, and, kids and the youth or whoever, their nonprofit supports, they're able to benefit from it.
That's great. I mean, especially the fact that you're able to expand the charity and who benefits so greatly with this event.
Yes.
Just incredible, Micah. I mean, when folks go, if they are not familiar, if this is their first time down to the ballpark for this event, first of all, we do want to note gates were supposed to open at noon. Now they are opening a half hour earlier at 11:30 on Sunday morning. When they show up that time, Micah, how does the rest of the day go? What can folks expect?
Well, first off, it's a tailgate beforehand, in Bills Mafia fashion. And so, bring the kids. There's going to be food. There'll be drinks. Kids can play around, do all that type of stuff. And then once the gates open, guys will start trickling in like they do each and every year. And it's kind of a slow start getting to the home run derby. And that's always pretty exciting. And, guys are hitting bombs and talking junk, all that type of stuff. And then obviously the game is offense versus defense. But each and every year, man, it's fun to be on that field, and, with Bills Mafia around. And it's kind of that dead period. I know the draft just happened, but, it's cool to put names with faces, guys that came during the offseason and stuff like that. So I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more happy with like I said, the amount of support that this community has continued to give us. So we're going to pour it right back into this game, and hopefully, maybe 20 years from now, we're still doing this event, and, it can kind of be our reunion each and every year.
Awesome.
Do you see anyone beating out Josh Allen this year in the home run derby?
I'm not sure. Like I said, there's been some new guys that have been added to the team, and you never know. There could be a baseball player thrown in here and there. And so, obviously Josh is a beast at anything he does. You can sit across him and play checkers, and he's going to find a way to beat you. But, you never know, man. There's a lot of athletes and a lot of competitors. So if someone might step up there, start hitting some bombs and get hot, you never know.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. All right, that is all the time that we have, Micah. Thank you so much for joining us. This is such a great event. We love to see from the sidelines it grow each and every year, especially when it's all for charities, and not just your charity, but so many others. Really appreciate it.
Great. No, thank you guys for having me, and you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.